Hey guys, Malfunction here. Current director of Rising Sun Comics Oceania, as well as the studio um, creator and I guess owner of Plunge Enterprises New Zealand, which also produces comics through Plunge Studios, as well as our own newly started Plunge Indie Comic Book Convention. Now, as part of Rising Sun Comics, I have an awesome task of just producing great comics and also being able to put that out here in New Zealand and show people what Rising Sun Comics is doing. Um, it's really awesome to see that we are able to help independent creators like myself produce comics for everybody around the world to enjoy. Uh, as one of the current works I'm working on is Incredible. If you've been online on our Facebook page and our social media, you'll be seeing that I've been loading up 2 pages every week. It's a very cool project. I've been working on it for a few years, but I left it alone for the last 5 years. And so we've had a couple of people work on it, Mike Payne and Mike Burbank, over the few years that we started back in 2006, 2007. And so I'm reworking and revising the artwork and stuff and rewriting the script itself. So every week I'm working on the script to deal with how I want to write it now with all the other books that are out there now and how to make an original story be more original and not be similar to everybody else's work because there's only so many superhero tropes you can pick on to create something. So a bit of background about Incredible. It was a chance. It was basically for for in a way to write something for my little niece who was only about 7 at the time, and I think it was about 7 or 5 at the time. And when I started it, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I wanted to write about orphans and about Romanian orphans in particular, because at the time you had in the news here in New Zealand anyway, you had we saw all these pictures of all these videos of Romanian war orphans who were basically tied with pieces of cotton cloth to the cots and in a despicable, very horrible um, situations. Just very bad situations. And so I'd seen that in about 2003. I think I was first 2003, 2004. I think it might have been where it was in the news. And that idea, over a few years, like about 3 years, was in my head. Hey, I would like to do a story about this, but how? And so after a while, I did my film degree. I did my 3 years of degree in learning how to write movies. I already knew how to write stories, but wanted to know how to make short film. But I didn't wanted to know how to write feature films. And so when I came over there, I had written a whole lot of stuff, lots of standalone TV show type stuff, movies, and also talk about movies. The Circle is basically a movie that's been turned into a comic book. So yeah, it's on issue 3 is out now. So please go out and get it and check it out. It's on I think it's on Drive Through Comics as well as on Rising Comics. You can get through our website, risingsuncomics.com. Also, yeah, number 4 is going to come out next month. And sorry about the long wait between 2 and 3, because as it fell in between the many projects that we were doing, one of them being the convention, the Punch Convention here in New Zealand, in Whangarei, beautiful Whangarei, and beautiful New Zealand. So back to Incredible. So the idea was in my head for about 3 years. And then when my niece was around about, I think, yeah, a few years back anyway, back in 2007, I think, just after I had my accident, I was like, what do I do? Car accident, which meant I was, I was made immobile, basically. And so I think I said to my niece, I said, and Incredibles had just come out, and I hadn't thought about that. I was just like, what would you, because I really wanted to write one especially for her, kind of a character just for my niece, so someone that she could not look up to or anything, but a book that she could pick up and read and say, hey, that's my book, that's after me. And so I basically went out and said to her, what do you want to do? And she said, well, if you had a character, what would you want to call it? She goes, Incredible Girl. And I was like, my brother-in-law turns to me and goes, hey, that name's already been taken because of Incredibles. I said, so what do we do? He goes, oh, Incredible. Why don't we try breaking it down into Incredible? And so that's why we have Incredible. So going back to 2003, 2005, no, 2007, 6, 7. So it's quite a few years back, 12 years back, I guess. Yeah. So I get my dates wrong. Anyway, in years, and so too many head injuries. So so I sit around saying, okay, how do I, I want to write a story, but how do I do it? And so I came up with the idea of Romanian orphans, and then I turned it around. And I don't want to give away too much because we're just about to get into that with the story itself, because we're up to page 15 or something now, and so yeah, and it's about to change. So I've just been laying up the groundwork for who these characters are, and now I'm going to switch and jump back another 2 years. So if you're following, you might get a bit lost with the years and dates. So so we're going to go back another 2 years after these next 2 pages. So it'll be about 7 years prior to her appearing on a TV show. And so I just wanted, actually that might be wrong as well. But anyway, so so dates. So she named it, I started working on it, and now we have these orphans. And that's giving away the spoiler, right? But hey, I want you guys to read it and know a bit of background. So the supraoman came out of that, and that's how it's pronounced, supraoman. Okay, in case you guys are trying to figure out how it's pronounced, it's supraoman. These characters came out of it, so I don't want to give away too much, but check it out. It's on risingsuncomics.com. 2 pages every week. It's taken me a lot of time to work on it because I'm not an illustrator, but I am a designer, so I'm able to design it in a way that I think I can give it all my skills to it as I can, as a designer and as a sculptor, and so I'm hoping that once we get this book, the first issue finished, we're going to be printing it, and hopefully down the road we'll have it all 6 issues as a trade paperback. So I'm really grateful to my fellow creators who helped me along the way over the last few years to get it to here. I mean, we let it go for the last 5 years because I had a couple of head injuries that really messed up my head and had to deal with that. And I'm glad to be having gone past that now and up to here where we're creating comics again, back into the things that I've loved. Music and comics have been my life forever, right? Since I could learn how to read, basically. I mean, since I saw English comics, which was back in Fiji in 1980, a long time ago. So I'm a huge comic fan. And, so one of the projects we got coming up quickly before I finish is this thing here, right? It's backwards. So Sunspot, that's the next project that's coming up. I've actually made a little bottle of quench wine just to celebrate it. Haven't opened it yet. Got 6 bottles of them, but there's the only one that's been labeled. So keep an eye on Sunspot. We're going to be doing some promos coming up. We're going to have a Indiegogo project coming up about it. So our campaign coming about it. So please check it out. We'll have the links up in the next few weeks. To let you know what it's about. It's a very special project, dear to my heart, because it's got a couple of my books, a couple of stuff that I've been working on over the past few years in it, and plus my friends as well, and people here locally here in Whangarei have been working on as well. You'll have some amazing stuff that we just want to do with that going forward, and it's just an amazing project. And I hope you guys get behind the campaign that we're going to put out through Rising Sun Comics as well as through plungestudios. And it's just a special thing that I'm really, that people are excited to see come out. So got 40 seconds left. So thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for your support. We really love your support. We love that you guys are supporting independent creators. We love the fact that you're getting behind our books, and we want to see you. We want to be able to give you more and be able to see that you enjoy what we're doing. So let us know if you're enjoying what we're creating. Comment, leave us, comments. Check us our website, check out our social media. And hey, thank you so much. Cheers. Malfunction here. Thank you.